I want you to wait. Say welcome to the College of Complexes. Go ahead.
Good afternoon, good evening. Thank you to everyone for coming today.
Get that speaker working better. I'll pull it closer to you.
All right.
Tim, help her with the
I will. I'd like to welcome everybody to the College of Complexes tonight. My name is Tim. We're as you know, the College of Complexes consists of the following format. First, we have our speaker will speak up to about an hour or so. Afterwards, we'll have a brief announcements period. Then our speaker will speak up to about an hour. Then we'll have questions and answers for our speaker. And after that's our infamous rebuttal period at 7:30 or so. We'll have to start making our speaker will have to start wrapping things up. Spomenka will get the last word. And again, our speaker tonight is, say your name one more time. I'm sorry.
My name's Spomenka Vajic.
It's Spomenka Vajic. Okay, Charlie, go ahead and start with your announcements on upcoming events.
All right, welcome everyone to meeting number 3,847 of the College of Complexes, the playground for people who think. Now, although I'm not a capitalist, I will give an advertisement for our upcoming programs. You want to bring it up, Tim?
It's up.
Okay. Scroll up, please.
It's up.
All right, on December the 13th, we will be listening to Chad Copy, the candidate for the 7th District for the U.S. Congress. He's a farmer and a family man. So it should be an interesting talk about that. On December 20th and 27th, the College of Complexes will be closed for the holidays. So happy holidays to all of you. On January the 3rd, the Libertarian Party of Chicago and Illinois is putting together a program. It's in progress. So we're going to imagine we will hear the candidates form and the slate of candidates representing that political perspective. On January the 10th, the College of Complexes will mark its 75 years of meetings. That'll be our anniversary meeting. The first meeting was on January 6th, 1951. Program in progress. On January the 17th, we'll have Dr. Healy, who will be talking about vitamin supplements and truth in labeling. What exactly can we trust pharmaceuticals industry that produce supplements for, are they beneficial or not? That's on January 17th. On January 24th, we will listen to Demi Pelechek. She's a candidate for the Illinois General Assembly, a Democrat. So that's on the 24th. On the 31st, we're going into foreign affairs with Stanfield Smith, an expert on Central and South American affairs, travels there extensively, and he would be talking about the situation with Venezuela. On February 7th, we will have a gentleman, an activist out of Iowa, who's marching across America. He was a former member of the legislature there and an activist in a multitude of areas. So it'd be good to recount what his activities have been and his current ideas about events today. Okay, Tim, thank you very much. Take it away.
As of right now, there'll be once the current college will cease operation after the current schedule is exhausted on February 7th, unless we can book some more speakers. I've asked Charlie to do one myself, but we'll see what happens at that point. Okay, all right. You've got the floor, and go ahead and introduce yourself, and you've got the whole next hour or so to talk about your campaign and what you need to do with it. So go Go ahead.
Good morning, good evening, everybody. Thanks to everyone to coming here, and thanks to Charles for invitation, and thanks to everyone. My name is Spomenka Vajic. I'm small business owner. I'm educated computer programmer, hairdresser, computer technician, mathematic technician, physical technician, and a beautician. I spoke 7 languages: Serbian, Bosnian, Croatian, Macedonian, Bulgarian, English, Polish, and I have knowledge in 3 more languages: German, Spanish, and Hindi. The reason why I'm running for 3rd congressional district is I love America so much, and I think every person who live in this country, born or come in this country, emigrated, should love this country, respect the law of this country, and put America first. I immigrated 2000 from ex-Yugoslavia. I became American citizen 2006. I had working in this country, and to me, first things was to get the paper, be American citizen, and working and be loyalty to this country. In this country, many opportunity for future, but people not respect that. Many people coming in this country and they not respect this, and they use this country. This country is very good country, very good opportunity for everybody. I focus now in platform what I like to do. To me is very important safety street, safety houses. I support the law enforcement. I support the police officers, sheriff department, fire department. So much crime in the street. Sometimes people saw something in the street and they are afraid to say anything. I told them, if you saw something, you should report. You should be afraid. Sometimes they said they are afraid somebody killed them or hurt them. I support the police department. Many times I hear how the people complain about police department. I not agree with that. Police department, police officer, they needed more training. They needed more support. They deserve more support. Police officers shouldn't have the fear to lose their jobs because they protect and serve. I think that in my opinion should be like 1960 when older Mayor Deli was in Chicago. Police officers needed get power back, serve and protect, and don't have the fear to lose their house, their pension, or anything because they serve and protect. Our kids have to playing in the yard. Our people have to walking in the street free. We should be afraid to live in this country, this beautiful and lovely country. People are scared to talk the truth. They're scared to walking in evening, to visit their neighbors because somebody can harm them. I talking this because last year, March 31st, yesterday, I walking with my friend, North Elston Avenue. Bullet passed my head when shooting happened. And that can be happen to anyone. That was 2 o'clock daytime. And this is terrible what happened in Chicago. And you blame the cops. I please every politician who blame the cops and who not support law enforcement, they should resign. Also, every politician in Chicago, don't mean which party, if they don't like this country, if they not put America first, they have to leave this country. If we leave this country, we should respect the law of this country and respect the people who live in this country, get the job, get the work, and fighting for America first. Other things what I like focusing my platform is senior citizen. Senior citizen, they deserve much more support. They should take care of more because all their life they pay it. Now when they retire, they have to pay high taxes. Yeah. Taxes is so high. I think a senior citizen, when they're 17 years old, they shouldn't pay property taxes. We also should protect our kids. I respect everyone's decision, but you know, in Bible say, Adam and Eve. They not say Adam and Steve. This is what they're doing without kids. We need healthy family. We need healthy food, healthy water, working in that. We all can talking in cheap. We have to take it action. One person cannot take it action. Should be the team. Have to working like team. Other things what I like at talking now, and it is in my platform. Many American homeless, they left in the street. They die in the street. Many American veterans, they don't have it support. Who deserve more support than American veterans? They was fighting for this country. Too many of them, they become the homeless. That is shame of this country. They should be respect more than any other person who is immigrant in this country. First, veterans, law enforcement, police officers, fire departments, sheriff departments, they needed support. They needed pay more than anybody. And also, I would like to say, many people say they don't like it America, they immigrant from other country. If you don't like it America, but you look at in this country, you should say, thank you America, thank you American people for this, welcome in this country, get a job. When I come in Chicago, my first job was cleaning 250 offices in Millard Company. I cleaning in Minano building in downtown, 250 offices. People look at me, they say, you're so beautiful. Why are you cleaning? I say, it's not about the beauty. It's about the personality, about the soul and respect for this country. After that, I go in hair salon. I working in Betty Nix Kimball in Montrose, 6 years for this guy. I never say it's hard to sweep the hair or wash the towels or something. Whatever job they give me, I working because I make a living, put their food in the table. And I for every dollar say, thank you, America. Thanks, American people. I know say America is no good and somebody have to be before the American. My focus, America first. Thank you, everyone, for coming here. If you have any questions, let me know.
Okay,
Should we ask questions now?
yeah, go ahead and start asking questions now. I'm sure it's gonna be quite a bit. All I'm gonna ask is that you speak up really big so that they can hear you online. Go ahead and let's get started. Hey, go ahead, sir.
Me?
Yes.
Okay. Dr. Spomenka, I heard that you have a concern over children in the city. If the children are poor or homeless, you have a feeling for trying to find availability and help for these children. Is that so?
Sure. Is the true? Other day I have the customer lady, she living with her little boy in the shelter. And I asked her, which kind of mother you are? Why you not fighting for your kids? If you cannot take care of your kids, why you not ask the help? Give it to your kids somebody to adoption. You don't like a working. You like a living for free in the shelter and take your kids live in the shelter. I asked little boy, are you hungry? Are you eat today? He say, I eat the kitchen chicken, but chicken no was good because no was cooking. And I'm hungry. I asked him, who buy you food? Did you have any socks? He say, I wear my father's socks. Kids should be taken care in this country. American born kids should be taken care and they needed help. If you cannot take care of your kids, give to somebody in adoption so kids have normal future. And other things, kids with Down syndromes, they needed more help. This family need more help with kids with Down syndromes because they cannot working in the company, they cannot make it a living, they needed help more for kids with Down syndromes. Also, many kids in South Chicago, those matter which culture they, American culture, Latino culture, whatever, they needed help too. Kids shouldn't walking in the street, use the drugs, don't go in the school and act like bum. Kids have to be safe and we needed to protect our family and protect our kids, our children. Please do something in that. kids should be take care. They not guilty because they are born. If they not have good father and good mother.
Okay, Kelvin, you're online. Go ahead and ask your question, Kelvin.
Yeah, I'm assuming when you got your citizenship, you had to read the Constitution and take it all on board. Did you read the book where at the beginning where it said everybody is entitled to inalienable rights, that of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness? And then did you go on to read that the First Amendment said that the Congress shall make no provision regarding an established religion? And yet, right at the start of your speech, you said Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve. And you quoted a religious text, which incidentally then goes on to talk about a talking snake. But do you not think that that is un-American, as according to the Constitution?
No, I respect everybody. And if it's their decision, what they're doing is their decision. But if you ask me, in my opinion, I'm not agree with that. We need healthy families. Thank you, sir.
Okay, who's next? Okay, I'll get you next, Charlie. Go ahead.
What's the name of your opponent? The standing, the person in the,
Who are against in the Democrat Party?
what's his name?
DeliaRamirez.
Oh, Ramirez.
Yeah.
And he's been there how long?
Been 4 years. I think 4 years. Yeah. Mhm.
You have any dirt on her?
Listen, I'm here to.
This is America now. You
Yes.
gotta find dirt. I know it's
will-
nasty. I know it's a dirty job, but you gotta find dirt. That's all.
I will talking about that now. I'm focused in more important things for America. I respect congressmen, but I not agree with things. With one big thing that she said in the public, she loved Guatemala more than America. We should love America first. America is our mother. America is our mother, our roots, our future, and everybody have to know that. Thank you.
Now you gotta make sure that that's accurate. It's not something third hand, fourth hand.
Oh, come on.
Honestly, and whatever I say, I talk honestly. It's no joke. If you live in this country, love this country.
Talking on. All right. This is the new America.
Yeah.
Okay, Charlie, go ahead.
Yeah, Mike, ask sincere questions now. Now, Spomenka, what is your candid opinion of the Trump administration and some of the policies enacted under MAGA, Make America Great Again? Are you in support of the
Yes,
policies
sure.
and practices
I support President
of Trump?
I stand up with President Trump. Make America great again. Hello, President Trump. Big hug from Chicago and my support.
Oh, you're some too MAGA. You're gonna lose all. So.
Yes,
So-
Make America great again.
Follow-up question.
Go ahead,
Do
Charlie.
you think this arresting of immigrants, do you think that's a good practice? The arresting and picking up people out of the street and out of schools and hospitals and places like that. Do you think immigrants should be arrested?
You know about the immigrants, they have to come in here with documents and they have to working in the documents. Coming in this country is breaking the civil law.
Okay.
They come here temporary for work.
Okay, who's next with questions? All right.
How would you feel about my biggest problem? I love guns, and you know, you don't. I'm fine with guns. I'm from the metals industry, and I appreciate it. I appreciate hunting. I think it's wonderful, fishing. Okay, all that stuff, but I don't trust anybody with a gun, and nobody should. How do you feel about doing this? It would be kind of a landmark idea, but I've kicked it around.
Trust police officers. I trust police officers. You know, if I call in the police officers in District 17 last year, listen this. When bullets passed my face, when shooting was in North Elston Avenue,
Yes.
I called the place where that come from and asked them, did you call the police? They say, why we should call the police? Shooting is everywhere. Yes, you should call the police. I go in District 17 and I told them, this time, March 31st, 2 o'clock was the shooting. Bullet passed my head, and other women who walking with me. Can be happen to anyone. Police officers, they are detective, take care. He called me other day, they saw video in the camera. I respect police officers, and also I have to say, District 17 police officers, they're the best police officers district in Illinois. I met many police officers. They're the best. They do great job. And I trust every police officer who carry the gun.
Okay, I'm fine with police. So my family is police officers. Part of my product plan with the.
Say hello to them. I have big respect for cops. They are.
How do you feel about this? I think most people don't trust somebody with a gun. Somebody said you're with a gun in front of me, and I'd be like, we'll get back to your house. I don't want to do that. How do you feel about no guns in public?
Depends of situation.
No
Somebody
guns in public. How do you feel about it?
depends. I think that
I
should
don't care if
be
you have
choice.
1,000 guns at home. No
That
guns
should
in
be
public.
no choice. No choice. That should be.
So
because-
anybody can walk in here and shoot, pull out their gun.
You know, when they give the gun, they have to need that have permission, license for gun, and they have
Right,
to
but
check.
how do you feel about, I'll say it again, no guns in public. You could own 1,000 guns, you could have guns in your house.
Yeah.
No guns in
No show in the public, only
don't care
if
if
you
you're
are in
criminal.
danger situation.
free. Huh?
Only if you in danger situation to defend yourself, but don't show
Why
in
do we
the
have
public.
police then?
Why we
Let's
have,
just get rid of all the police. If we're gonna let everybody have guns.
It might be too late.
you know,
Oh,
So you have a license.
but I would trust a cop with a gun more than Joe Blow citizen.
I don't agree.
Might be
I'm
true.
the trust the cop and I'm cop supporter and law enforcement supporter, and everybody should stand up with law enforcement. Everybody start with police department, sheriff department, and fire department.
I
Get it?
Okay,
appreciate them. I work it for them.
All
My
right.
families work for them. I don't want people in public, creepers, thugs, criminals.
There are no
walking around.
criminals. We don't need the criminals.
And
We
if
should
everybody knew
support the
that
justice.
city-
We should support the criminals.
What's
Okay,
that?
okay, we should
Stop,
not.
Sam, stop. What?
We
What?
should support justice, not criminals.
Right.
Okay, Charlie, go ahead.
Well, criminals have the guns.
Charlie, go ahead.
All right, Spomenka, I live in that district,
Yes.
and I'm a frequent user of public transportation, buses and the train, and very often I have to wait a long time. Do you have any interest in improving public transportation in the
Yes.
district?
Yes. Not Elston Avenue before they have it the buses. They don't have it now the buses. They needed put buses again in the line, not Elston Avenue, because many people walking, many senior citizens, many kids. We needed buses in not Elston Avenue. I was calling Alderwoman Office 39 Ward many times about, but nothing changed. Somebody should take care of that.
Okay. I just curious, what are your views on climate change and nuclear power? Or do you know?
I'm a bit confused about that.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Okay, okay. Who else has got a question?
So thank you once, first of all, thank you for running. I understand that you're up against some pretty stiff competition. I'm not a fan of hers. I'm glad to see someone running to replace her. So thank you for that. I'm also running for an office in this next election, and a wise politician once told me this next election, these next few elections that we have in front of us, comes down to two items that are paramount to winning the election. You have to focus on public safety, which it sounds like you are, with your support for police, and I do appreciate that. The other thing is taxes. People are getting blood dry. What would you at the federal level do to sit there and provide some relief to, the constituency base of the third district?
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you for coming, and thanks for your questions. For safety, I support the police. I support the police 100%, law enforcement, and nobody can stop me that. Everyone should support law enforcement. Then about taxes should be cut. They should be cut in the level like for health department, for education department, and property taxes should be cut. And also, I think that every senior citizen, 70-year-old, should not pay the taxes, property tax.
Okay. All right, Jake, get you on the phone, unmute and ask your question.
Hi, thank you for your talk. What do you feel about the issue about term limits for public office holders?
Term limits. He wants to know what your stance is on term limits for public officers, like congressmen, senators.
I think that they shouldn't stay long. I think that Senate office can be 2 times, and Congress office should be 2 times, and they should stay long, like 10 years, 16 years, or like that. We needed good people. We needed better people who fighting for this country, America first. No people who sitting over there forever, just waiting for paycheck or make a political career. We need people who fight for America.
Okay. I'd like to know your view on the Trump tariffs and how they're affecting the country.
I support the Trump. I'm Trump supporter, and whoever did not support the Trump, I think that they have to think about that, because Trump fighting for his country, he fighting for his people, he fighting for America. America first. I support President Trump. No complaint about Trump. Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you. All right. Who else has questions, please? Go ahead, Charlie.
Yes, Spomenka, President Trump is not very supportive of NATO, and he doesn't want to help the Ukrainians to get rid of that Russian invasion. What is your feelings about that? Should we support NATO, and should we support Ukraine?
I'm not support the war in no country. I support the President Trump because I support the peace. And I think that America nothing to do in Ukraine, nothing to do to help the NATO. America should take care first, American people here.
Ask him what he means by NATO. Explain the NATO.
What's NATO?
Explain why you mean what he says that he doesn't support NATO. Explain that.
Yeah, he was attacking it. He's spoken about it many, many times. He made it a campaign issue. That, yeah.
About
Of course, how many times he made it a big thing that he, as a matter of fact, he's threatening not to fund it.
Okay, go ahead, let her finish.
Coming from ex-Yugoslavia, I've been when NATO bombed Serbia, 1999, without approved United Nations signature. Many kids died, many people died. I was in her salon. Detonation broke in the window. 7 days, I no heat, nothing, no see, nothing. I no support the NATO. I support President Trump, and I will vote the Trump 10 times in the future.
Okay. Can you explain a little bit more about your backstory, what brought you to America and why you left Yugoslavia, and just tell us a little bit more about yourself, if you don't mind?
October 9, 2000, I coming from ex-Yugoslavia in Chicago. I become American citizen 2006. I was working over there like a hairdresser for many years. Also, I was working like computer programmer. I was making programs in COBOL, Pascal, Basic basic for Trump, for businesses. I finished music school. I play guitar. I finished school first and second degree Japanese Reiki healing. I'm very educated. When I coming in this country, I coming with naturalization visa. I know was in this country 1 day without the paper. And I love it, Chicago. I've been traveling from Chicago to Montana. I saw all USA, and I always like to come back in Chicago, and I call Chicago lovely city. And this is the reason why I'm fighting so much for America, because every time when I knock the door, American people, they help me, and I just like it. Thank you, I'm here to fight for us too.
Can you give us a little bit about the background of what the immigration process was like for you, if you don't mind?
You know, when I coming in this country, before they go in America, in the Serbia, they ask you for crime record check in every city where you live before and where you live in that moment. They ask you for health issues, mental health, lung health, disease, everything. You don't have it, everything record check.
Would
you can leave the country.
Blame the immigrants.
No, quiet. I want to hear her, okay?
You cannot from Serbia leave the country without clear record, go to other country. When I coming in America, they check again. I going for first for green card. After green card, I going for American citizenship, and I become American citizenship. American citizen, and I'm proud American citizen.
Okay.
I grew up in the farm in Serbs Republic.
Okay.
My father owned a big farm. I was working in the farm so hard. I take milk from cow. I work in the garden. I cooking and cleaning because I coming from old-fashioned tradition. In house where I grow up, women have to cook, clean, work in the farm, and have the respect the men like boss in the house. And work in the farm is so hard. That farm owned my great-grandfather, my grandfather, and my father. And I have big respect to family, you know. And also I support the farmers. I think the farmers in America, they need more support. They have to pay more because they bring the food on the table. And I support all farmers and say hello every farmers in America. And I think that President Trump do more for farmers because they don't support the farmers enough in this country.
Okay, Jake, you got another question? Go ahead and unmute. Bill, let Jake go. Jake, go ahead.
Yeah. So, thank you. So, you consider yourself Serbian or what?
I consider myself American. I live in this country.
Okay.
I love America. I said we have President Trump. I support the President Trump. I'm your supporter.
I just.
America,
We have dual citizenship. That's what you're trying to say.
That's
Dual citizenship.
no duel,
Okay,
only
thank
American citizenship.
Only American.
America first and President Trump first.
So
Why?
you're not a dual citizen.
Okay. I'd like to know your basis for supporting Trump. Because frankly, I don't like him, and I think he's a
You
crook.
can't say that in the front to me. I'm sorry. I'm very sharp and tough woman. I have to
Well,
tell you that.
we'll get into that in the rebuttals because I like Mr. Biden myself, but anyway.
Respect every person in this country, you know.
No,
I
I'm glad
respect
to hear
everybody.
that.
But you know, I like President Trump because he fight for his country and he fight for his people, and he's very smart man. You know, he do a lot of things. It's not easy deal with all that corruption in every state, and he is. You know, have to be tough in this country to be the president. There is corruption in every city, every state, every town, and he have to come out in the public and say, "I fight for make America great again." I love it, the Trump. He is strong, tough man.
Okay. Charlie, go ahead.
Yes, I'm a little concerned that the waitress in that restaurant, Spomenka, will earn about $2.25, I think, and the rest would be tips. The Republican Party is opposed to raising the minimum wage, and as a custodian, I imagine you were paid only maybe $7.5 or $7. Are you going to be opposed to the Republican Party and vote to raise the minimum wage nationwide?
I support Republican Party and I agree with that.
You agree the minimum wage should be $2 for a waitress?
Just President Trump. He is the expert for that.
Okay. Calvin, go ahead. Unmute. Unmute, Calvin.
Yeah, you say you support President Trump because he puts America first, and that's what you like about him. Can you explain to somebody from this side of the Atlantic how receiving a $400 million airplane of Qatar is putting America first? And a secondary question: if and it looks quite possible that President Trump will be found to be involved in the Jeffrey Epstein scandal, would you still support him?
Listen, nobody is perfect. I don't know who are you. I respect you, whoever are you, but please, I defend my president. Thank
Okay,
you.
Calvin, can you give a little bit of your background for our speaker, please?
Come
Yeah,
on,
I'm from England. I'm from Liverpool. I've been tuning into the college complexes for about 5 years now. I'm taking part in the discussions. I appreciate your respect, but I respect you more if you answered the question.
Okay, who's next on the questions? All right, who else has got a question? Anybody else have questions?
Dr. Spomenka, would you find it a good responsibility to have the government fund a few more special hospitals for maybe with children with autism, since we've had a lot of problems now in the last years because of medicines? That's what we think it's happening. We give medicines to children too early, and we're getting very big upbeat in autistic children. And I find that there's not enough availability and help in the hospital areas to help these children. What do you think about that?
You know what I think about that? I have many kids with Down syndromes. They're my customers, and I share the pain of their parents. They have so hard time, and they deserve more support. And I think they should government should working more, take it action to help this family with kids with Down syndrome and help whatever the family needed, because it's so hard. We all can talking, but we have to take it action about that. And team have to take it action. One person cannot take it action themselves. Have to working like team. Soon as possible, help the family with kids with Down syndromes.
So you think if you got into Congress and they have the Ways and Means Committee, so you could organize and get into a real fine group of smart people in Congress and write policy to get funds for mental institution or institutions for children who have problems like that, because I know it's a fact we're not having enough help for children like that.
Yes, I agree. If I elected like Congresswoman, I will working and fighting for children, for protect our family, to help the kids with Down syndrome, and not only kids, to everyone. I will take action and working for everyone. And if I elected, you will see result in Illinois and Washington, D.C. too. Many of my customers, they say I'm sharp and tough. You can say whatever you like it. This country needs sharp and tough president, sharp and tough congressmen and senators. Wake up this country, make great America again.
What would be your first of your 3 priorities that you'd like to see legislatively that you would like to do in Congress?
Three priorities will be like economy, better economy, working in better economy, in a safety street, help the children, and also I focus so much in the senior citizen. They needed help. You know, in pantry food near to my business, for 1 week was 100 people coming without food, and next week was 260 people coming without food to ask help for food. Senior citizens, they needed help. Kids needed help. Our safety street have to be working soon as possible to streets be safety. Economy should be better. Many jobs should be. If I elected like congressman, congresswoman, I will take it action. I know talking is cheap.
Do you have any concrete plans or policy that might help in this in regards?
Yeah, I tell you, I focus in my platform, help senior citizens, support law enforcement, help a better economy, protect our family and kids, and cut the taxes.
Okay.
And also support build the border wall.
Okay. Charlie, go ahead. You got another question coming in. Go ahead.
Yes, Spomenka, I just read that President Trump family, partly through his son's wheel and deals, that he has grown richer by like over $4 billion richer while being president of the United States. Do you think that looks like that's appropriate for the president to make billions of dollars somehow?
You know, if you're so interested for that questions, you should ask President Trump. He is great president. He knows what to answer to you. Thank you.
Okay.
I got a question for you. Trump put us $5 trillion in debt again. First time he was president, he put us $5 trillion more in debt. How do you feel about that?
You know, you start, I'm sorry, sir, I have a lot of respect for you, but your position with President Trump. President Trump is good president. You know how was situation
I like
when
things
he became
about
the
him. Listen,
president.
the woke stuff that he got rid of, that he dislikes. I'm all down with that. I'm like, good job, Trump. Great.
Yes, he's the best
woke was
president. Don't say
horrible.
nothing. I don't want to hear complain about President Trump.
I
I'm
don't
here
like
to
being-
support him.
I don't like being $5 trillion in debt 2 times.
Mind your business. He knows what he's doing. Thank you.
Okay,
He'll take care of everything. He's like the great wizard.
She's
Thank
got
you.
my vote.
Okay. All right.
I think that's about it to me.
All right. Any more questions from anybody else? All right.
Question.
What? Go ahead.
Can you go slob?
As a world that we live in,
Hang on. Let
as a world that we live in, the public society everywhere in the world has nothing if they don't have an earth to walk on. So in that sense, we have to take care of Mother Earth, which would be the air and the water and the natural resources that we have on Earth. When you go in Congress, say in the Ways and Means Committee, I bring it back again, to support and create policy with other smart people that you sit with, and vote for natural resources to protect the Earth, like the natural parks that Theodore Roosevelt took care of. He
Yes, sir.
gave thousands of acres for national park, so we can't go and extract everything of it and strip it. Because if we strip the earth and it can't replenish itself, it's like lost societies in the world, thousands of years that disappeared. Some of them disappeared because they stripped the earth that they were sitting on and they had nothing to live with, so they disappeared. That's hypothetical. Well, would you vote a little bit on something like that to help keep the earth safe?
Yes, I will vote and I will take it action. First, clear water. Clear water is very important. Our water is not clear and not healthy. People need clear water. Clear water is more important drinking water. I'm talking about drink water. And also healthy food, healthy natural
clean food.
natural, everything clear because we need healthy life. We no eat good food. Food is not healthy too. Have to take care of that. Have to take action. And thank you, sir, for this question. This question is very good. I vote for that, and I will take action with other team for that to solve that problem.
Thank you, Dr.
Maximum I can.
Spomenka.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay, sir.
Any more questions?
Yeah.
All right.
Was you said your family owned farms in Yugoslavia. I didn't know if they were people allowed to own farms under, whether they did the collectiveness like some of the Soviet states did. I know Yugoslavia was a little more moderate than the others.
Yeah,
But
my
wasn't there a collectivism of the farming in there?
My family, they not steal from nobody, nothing. They own a family that own a great-grandfather, grandfather, and my father. And they have it all kind of vegetable, fruit, and animals over there in the farm. And they help many people, sometimes 10 people working in the farm. In a last period, when my father was in the life, he died 3 years ago. He was very good man. He helped many family. And people who work on the farm, my father, they know really what is real farm, own good people and hardworking people.
So they really didn't do much collective of the farms like some other communist states did.
My father no was communist, I'm sorry.
No, but Yugoslavia was.
They was communist, but my father was very old-fashioned, traditional man. When nobody celebrate family holiday and Christmas because communists no let them celebrate Christmas, my father was one who celebrated Christmas, and we come from very religious family too, old-fashioned family. I'm not communist, and I'm not communist.
I know many of the people weren't, but the government were.
Government is government. My father no was government. He was hard-working farm man who owned the farm and people coming working in our farm. And raised me, good girl, no be communist. I'm not communist, and I'm not support
Any of the
communist.
communists went and booted people off the farms and did their collectivism.
That is their business. That no was happening in our farm.
Okay.
Which
Thank you,
animals
sir.
which animals did you have?
They have it all kind of
All
animals.
right.
They have horses. They have it bulls.
What?
They
I can't hear you. What?
horses, bulls, chicken, pigs, cows. I take it milk from cow. Everything I doing because I was the girl. I come from old-fashioned family. I learn everything.
No.
Did you farm corn and soybeans?
Yes, I also make a cornbread, and everybody, when I make it in Chicago, cornbread, they like it with cheese.
Okay,
They-
Chad, okay, Chad will be our final question, so go ahead.
I got a question.
Well, I'll go, all right, Charlie. After Chad,
All right,
we'll get
am
to the final question.
I'm happy people ask me so many questions, and I'm here
Real
to
good.
answer. Thank you.
All right, Chad, you got a question?
Including me.
Sure, you nice people.
All right, Charlie, go ahead.
Yes, Spomenka, you said several times you support the president. However, I looked at only 2 or 3 out of 10 people approve of what Trump is doing these days as president. It's only his approval rating is only 20 or 30%. Do you still maintain he's doing a perfect job? Why do these people not approve of him?
Because they have to use their brain. They should become the smart. Somebody wash their brain.
Okay,
So they should use they're not thinking?
I don't know.
They have to use their brain. They should be smart. They should be smart, and they not let other people wash their brain.
okay. All right, you want to put your point, okay.
What I have to say, if Dr. Spomenka would like to sit down and take a break, get off the hot plate, I'll step up there for a while
Okay.
and take her place. I'm running 5th District Congressman.
Would you mind, Charlie, I'd like to take him up for maybe 15, 20 minutes before we go into our rebuttals. Would that be acceptable to you and all this other stuff? All right, if you're ready, Chad, go ahead and.
Okay, thank you so much. Thanks for
All right.
invitation. Thanks for coming.
We'll do rebuttals. You'll get the
Remember,
rest.
I'm here. If I elected for Congress district in Illinois, you will see result in Illinois and Washington, D.C. I fight for America, America first. I love America, and I give my blood for America.
We
Thank you.
appreciate you coming in,
Thank
Spomenka.
you.
Appreciate it. All right, Chad, if you're ready, go ahead and get up there and give us about 5 minutes on who you are and what you do, and we'll go with some questions for you.
We all set?
Yes.
First of all, my name is Barry Wicker. I'm running for the 5th District of Illinois Congressman. I work alongside of Dr. Spomenka, and she has a strong heart and a strong mind. So never mind any questions you serve her. When you're in the hot seat like this, sometimes you don't speak quickly or appropriately at the moment, but you have the right decisions and the right thoughts in your heart and your soul. So anybody have any kind of questions? Lots of questions I posed to Dr. Spomenka is the platform I roll on. So with the children, with the hospitals, with the police department, I'm board certified in the merit board with the sheriff's department. I'm government background checked with international banking all over the world. All you have to do is just pull my name up in the computer, and I'm open public viewing. My background is clean. So I have a lot of thoughts in progress in my mind with the Ways and Means Committee is the way I find to solve some of this. Is I'm talking to a Chris in the audience here. He's going to be running for commissioner, lieutenant commissioner, Cook County commissioner, and we have a retired policeman here, and Mike and Russell over here are fine gentlemen posing questions and thoughts, what they think is proper in the world too. We all have our thoughts and proper emotions that we think we want to direct in life. And right or wrong, we all are walking in our own shoes. We don't walk in other people's shoes. So let's just put all the shoes together.
Okay.
So questions,
Jake, you got the first question. Go ahead. Jake, you got your hand up. Go ahead.
Yeah.
You got the first question.
Okay. Well, tell me your name again, and you're running for Barry. What's your name?
My name is Barry Wicker, like Wicker Park, Wicker Furniture.
Oh, Barry Wicker. Okay. And you're
Wicker
running for Congress in the 5th CD?
5th District of Illinois.
On what party? In what party?
Republican. I'm running in the Republican Party. I've been living in my district for 40 years. So I live and breathe this area. I grew up in the streets as a child, playing in the parks and the alleys. I got my toys out of the alleys.
Okay. All right. So what is it, in a nutshell, what is your platform?
Well, my platform is to just better society and better ease the people, the common working people, so that they don't have hardship. One of them is health care. People are afraid to go to the doctor because they don't think they can pay for their health care. So what happens? They die. That's not very good. That's one platform. But the main, you say what platform I'm running on? I just want to I'll go on a Ways and Means Committee and take care of Mother Earth so society has better entitlements for themselves. I want to be an ambassador to the world. I want to talk to all of the leaders in the world, bring them all together so they can have better food for the world, not tainted, get all the pesticides. Yes,
That's okay. Go ahead.
I'll slow up on that. I would like to talk to what that person talked about NATO a little while ago.
Yes, go ahead.
Who was that gentleman?
Um,
He was on the website here.
I think it was Kelvin, but
No, it's me.
It was Charlie. Okay.
Okay, Charlie, I would like to talk to you about that NATO because I asked you what you were saying about it. I wanted to know the background, your issue, and that was that they weren't complying well with the rest of the world, or the United States was putting too much forth their own fingers in business and economics into the NATO, and NATO wasn't backing themselves up well enough. I agree with you there. So they needed to chore up themselves a little bit and kick in to the helpfulness of the NATO.
The belief was in the international community that Trump was taking orders from Putin of Russia because to get rid of NATO.
Okay.
And that was not me alone.
Well, that makes sense.
There was a lot behind that.
Okay, so what do you want me to comment on that?
And Trump had no idea. Don't tell me he was to strengthen or reform NATO. His idea was to pull out.
Who wanted to reform it?
Plan. He was looking for a reason to diminish our support.
Okay.
Not increase it. He was looking for a reason to diminish our support. Under orders, I believe, from Putin, because he's a puppet.
So what is your comment? You were this bothered you that Putin was giving Trump orders, or that Trump was trying to weaken NATO? Is that your issue?
Yes, I come from Lithuania, which was one of the captive nations for 50 years of the Soviet Union, and Lithuania joined NATO to keep Russia out, just like Ukraine. And then our president comes along and is an opponent of NATO, in my opinion. So yes, NATO is very important to people like me, the Lithuanians. Yes.
Well, it's important to me too. I believe that we should have a unification with Europe and all the other countries that are in NATO. And the reason that Putin was pushing them around is I'm just...
and then he's still pushing, he's still taking orders from Putin. He's ordering the Ukrainians to surrender, give in. They told the Ukrainian guy, give up. We're not going to support you anymore.
Okay.
What kind of, now we're in NATO, we're supposed to support the Ukraine per our treaty.
Yes.
And he said, President turns around and says, surrender. You should give up. And I'm not going to help you anymore.
Well, I don't know if that's going to go forth, because if this issue keeps going on, it will worsen and it will spread like a disease in the world. So just common sense, people will not stand for this, and that will not happen.
Anyhow, can I pose a question on another topic? Topic.
What?
Go ahead, Charlie.
Oh, sir, Mr. Wickard, I applaud your support of efforts regarding the environment. I'm secretary of the Chicago Greens.
I like that.
However, the Republican Party they've been outspoken. They refuse to acknowledge climate change and global warming. Okay. And they buttress the use of fossil fuels. As a Republican, are you willing to stand up against your colleagues in the Congress in this regard?
I'm willing to stand up for the earth and the cleanliness of the earth. If the earth is being dirtied and ruined, I will stand up and write any policy I wish to go against that. The water shouldn't be tainted. The air should not be tainted. the crops should not be tainted. And if so make it be, I will stand up and write policy, and I will get the smartest people I can in Congress around me, because one man cannot solve that kind of problem. But I'll get enough people around me, like a few people that are sitting here right now, fit the bill. And I'm sure there's a lot more people out there that will fit this bill.
All right,
What about fossil fuel?
Charlie,
Fossil fuel.
Charlie, you're monopolizing the conversation.
No, I'm not.
Okay, Charlie, one more question. Go ahead.
What about fossil fuels?
Well, fossil fuel can be dealt with if it's dealt with properly and with good tact. You can't just go and swish swash around with fossil fuel, because it will taint the earth. But if you deal with this in a proper way, again, I would sit down with a lot of people, specialists, physicists, geologists, and find out which is right and which is wrong. And I would talk to you about it too, to see how you felt about it, and get a compilation of the ideas, and we would come forth with a good answer to the question.
I've got
All
a
right,
question.
thank you.
All right,
Thank you, buddy.
all right. I'm a former Reagan type Republican.
Reagan?
I liked him. It was my first vote.
Okay, I like him too.
But over the years, I have seen the Republican Party go more corporate, grow more corrupt,
Okay.
and especially in our current leader, it's the President Trump. I don't trust him. I think he's a crook.
Okay.
What would you have to say to me to vote for you or another Republican?
Hello.
I don't stand for any one person. I stand again for correctness. You're part of the correctness. So if you have issues like that, I would gather people like you and other people, like the people that just walked in, and find out what your issues are. And if the group agrees on the properness of the issues, we would go with it. If one person is not doing right, like you just said, Republicans doing, sir, what was your first name again?
Tim.
Tim, explain what was the problem you said they were doing you didn't like?
Once Bush came into office, I remember during Clinton's administration.
Yes.
I used to be a diehard Rush Limbaugh fan, conservative radio, all this stuff. As soon as I saw Bush go into this elective war in Iraq, which I don't think we needed to go into, it was because I think it was a vanity thing that he wanted, and I could not figure out why.
Okay.
The thing was, in Afghanistan, I understand with the Taliban and all that stuff, but I think we should have stopped. I know that over time, and then when Obama came in, I thought things got a little better. I couldn't understand why all these Democrats, especially with the rise of the Tea Party and their thing against the healthcare thing. I mean, Obamacare is the first damn thing we've had for some kind of universal healthcare or some kind of thing to go in there. And all the Republicans did was I think it was 187 times, tried to blow it down. They haven't come up with any viable alternative yet.
Well, that has to be done.
During Trump's first administration, he exploded the deficit by $5 trillion, and I thought that party was disciplined. I know Biden put it up a little bit, but, he did it in a responsible manner with the Inflation Reduction Act, some of the new things going on with renewables and the switch to an electric economy. And the thing is, the only thing I agree with Trump about is perhaps he might get these thorium molten salt nuclear power finally going in, which will definitely solve climate change. Can you please comment and please tell me where I'm wrong or what I'm doing?
Okay,
right?
well, you hit me with about 5 or 6 different things, and if my mind is good enough to answer and keep track of what you just said, you asked me a lot of different things there, but I'll try. I'll start first with the fighting in the war over there.
Okay.
First of all, none of us want our children being killed. So that's the first thing. So you go to any kind of politician and say, is your son going into war? Is your son putting feet out in the war and did you ever have a child killed or shot or threatened? Do you love your children when they're growing up? You want your children to go out on the street and get harmed by anybody? Oh, now you got a nice feeling in your heart. But if you don't, you can send them off in the sands being mowed down with no protection and just have no feelings. Wrong. So there we cut that out right away.
Right.
That's history. None of that stuff goes. Now you mentioned something else. See, I can't remember.
No, it's
3 or 4 or 5 other things now.
It's just go in general why I should vote for you, and is my stance wrong on some of these issues that I had mentioned? I'm
Okay.
just asking more for a generalized.
Well, the general idea is if you can't see that I have good sense by us talking, and I know you do, and I know I do. I'm confident in that. So I have the sense to take care of business. I know right and wrong and yes and no and what's improper, period. And I will go stand up for that. I don't have anybody giving me any money. None.
Okay.
Nobody's paying me to do anything.
All right. All right. All right. Our main speaker wants to go again.
Well,
I just like to say,
Come on
okay,
up.
Dr. Spomenka took a breath of air. Now she's ready to fire bullets back at you again.
thank you, thank you.
All right.
And we love her. Thank you.
Thank you.
I mean, I'm sorry. Let's think. Go ahead.
I would like to say a few more things because I have more supporters here and one more candidate coming here. 2 of them maybe like a talk a little bit if you give the chance to them. They're great people and they're great candidate. I support them too.
All right. If there's other candidates here tonight who are running for office, I'll give you about 5 to 7 minutes to give us your platform.
Yes, please.
And if there's any questions up there, please go ahead.
Oh, are you gonna do
You
it?
don't say. You can
We're just gonna, we got some time tonight. I mean,
Yeah,
at about 10 minutes to 8, we're
sir.
gonna,
Thank you so much. You are great people.
about 10 minutes to 8, we're gonna go into rebuttals, but let's, so who's that? So go ahead, introduce yourself, tell us what office you're running for, and why, what, just the basics about your platform.
Right on, right on. First of all, my name is Dr. Jimmy Lee Tillman II. I have a PhD in history. This is the second time that I've been here at the College of Complex, and I'm great to be here. Now, if you can go back in your time machine, first time I addressed you all, I was running for Water Reclamation Commission, and people asked me at that time when Obama was president, how could I become a Black Republican and what would happen? Well, since I last saw you all, the group that I formed, the Martin Luther King Republicans, is like the #1 Black Republican group in America. Since I last saw you all, the Martin Luther King Republicans, and my organization, we was the organization that went to Michigan, and we helped the president flip Michigan. We also changed Detroit. I'm running for Senate right now. Now, this is the perfect time that we have in a long time in Illinois. The gentleman asked earlier, what can he say to somebody who was a Ronald Reagan Republican and that they cannot stand Trump because he blew up the deficit? Now, we ran into a lot of Republicans like that. And we understand that a lot of Republicans like that left the party. A lot of Republicans like that are the reason why we lose here in Illinois. We don't have the will to fight. Now, this is my second time running for Senate here. The first time I ran, I was doing what I call a recon. And when I did my recon, I was going up and down the 80s, state to state, to see what was going on, learning the chairmen and everything. But what I really was doing was putting together a strategy on how you can flip a state. I took that strategy to Michigan, Martin Luther King Republicans, and we used that strategy to flip Michigan. Now here in Illinois, it comes down to just 10 counties, and 10 counties is all we need. Well, is that my phone? Got it. Sorry. No, that's the phone. All right. 10 counties. And I'm not really going to divulge those counties until the debate, because I got people like Don Tracy and everybody that might want to give my little information. But it comes down to about 165,000 votes separate us from victory. Now, it's a numbers game. If I get everybody on board, that's just about 1,400 votes per county, not per city or per county. We actually can win this whole election without Cook, Will, and Lake. Have that strategy. Now, the great thing about my candidacy is I'm from Chicago, and right now, Illinois is the battlefield. Chicago is the front line. I'm the #1 vote getter in Cook County, but that's not really the whole deal. I'm what you call black voices for Trump. I'm the reason why this president has 35% of the black vote, and the reason why the White House will always stay Republican for at least the next 8, maybe 12 years. And so with that energy that we have, we're channeling that here in Illinois. Now, with something that my president has done, he had, hope y'all check me out, he had pardoned an individual, you all Chicago know by the name of Larry Hoover. Now, that's a big deal. Some people might look at it, war and crime, yada, yada, yada. He's a bad guy, yada, yada, yada. But here in the political scheme of things, those numbers will help us out greatly in filling in those gaps. Now, by being a Trump state, which people don't want to give us that credit for being a Trump state, people fail to realize that when Trump ran for the president last time, he got more votes. The closest votes he got, the closest person who got the votes to Trump was George Bush when George Bush won the state. Now, it comes down to roughly, like I said, 100 to 45,000 votes on the low, 215 votes on the high of victory. It's not that difficult. It's a mathematical thing. Now, I have plenty of opponents, and most of my opponents are what we call, like the gentleman here, never Trumpers. And they don't understand that it's a mega party, an American First Party, because one thing this president has done was made all people in this party, that's the American part of the party. In this last administration on American First platform, the unemployment for blacks dropped tremendously. People want to say that, oh, he blew up the tax burden, oh, the deficit went there and went high, and they want to use that for an excuse. But they don't look at the economy and how jobs prosper and how they paycheck benefit. And now with the tariffs that we got here, prices are going down low. We got low gas everywhere, low eggs prices. This was the lowest Thanksgiving we had in a while. And during Black Friday, look at Black Friday. In the bad economy, we had the highest numbers of all time right here. They're even trying to do a second small business Saturday because of snow, because they realize the economy is doing well. What we have here is people that are trying to dismantle and take apart of the great gains of what this president has done and how he's changed the party and how he's put Republicans' platforms first. Last cycle when I ran, check me out, I got you, my man. Give him a book. Last cycle when I ran, the issues was a lot about children, bathrooms, dismantling of children's bodies, so many ungodly issues, and it was outcry. Within 10 months, all of that is gone. Everything, every problem that we had, Republicans, Christians, as a nation, got eliminated right there. Now, the war on drugs. A lot of my friends want to say that he's blowing up these civilians, but the war on drugs that my friend Ronald Reagan, president, started is a real war on drugs. We're not attacking citizens and taking their property and looking at them as criminals. We're hitting it where it starts, nipping it in the bud. There's no complaints about that. In the black community, we had something, we said that we ain't got no boats to bring it in here. We ain't got no planes. How's getting in here? Well, my president is knocking out the boats, knocking out the planes, so it won't come in here. There shouldn't be a complaint. In my book I have, we got something on the big beautiful bill, which is called the law, utility law. It's tax time. Look at all the benefits we're getting coming right here. And right now, it's sex, music, dance, romance. It's about babies. It's about having children. It's about prosperous nation. For a nation that's so broke, we have money to give to children so they can have a prosperous future. Right now, it's about the children. It's about the future. And this election, again, is about the future. Now, my webpage is Jimmy Lee to DC. I can go on because I'm the candidate. Anyone comes behind me is a never Trumper. Oh, let me run my resume because y'all ain't looking in the book. Fellow at the Heritage Academy, Jimmy Lee Tillman. Heritage Sentinel, which is a grassroots organization, Jimmy Lee Tillman. American First member, Jimmy Lee Tillman. Leadership Institute member, Jimmy Lee Tillman. Special advisor to the President of the United States in the capacity of grassroots, Dr. Jimmy Lee Tillman. My job is to make sure that everybody gets the information. The books are on there. I have the answer to every question. I am the answer. I'm the reason why we're going to take back the Springfield here in Illinois, and I'm the reason why we're going to the Senate to make sure that in January, because it's going to be closed down again, the Democrats are going to do a little thing on healthcare. We can talk about that a little later. But I'm going to get it because the Senate is the key, and I'm going to make sure everything's in check. You see, what people fail to realize is the party has changed. It's no longer the Big Gippers party. It's Trump's party now. And people need to understand that. Now, I have an opponent named Don Tracy, and I'm saying his name because he's a never Trump. Don't know what MAGA is? I'm MAGA. Don't know what American First is? I'm American First. The future of the party is, how do I say, all color, all votes, raise ship. MAGA raise all ships. MAGA bring all color. It is the melting pot. MAGA has no color.
Okay. Are there any other politicians here? Let's go up. I'll give you another,
I'm not gonna be long. I'm not gonna be long.
okay.
Thank you.
So, my name is Chris Laurent, and I am currently running for Cook County Board for the 8th District to unseat the appointed Jessica Vasquez. Basically, she was installed in there from handshake deals and everything like that. Basically, it started off, it was Anthony Quezada, who took a job with the city council that he was appointed to, and handed off his role as Cook County Commissioner to Jessica Vasquez, who is a longtime friend of his. So I think that we need competent people that and flex our muscles of democracy to get in there. Now, I have the luxury of not even having to go to a primary because I'm the only person in my party that's on the ballot thus far. So I can just coast into the general election. However, I've got an axe to grind. I want people to wake up and be wise to losing the democracy that they do. You hear a lot of the people on the Democrat Party talk about they're trying to ruin our democracy. Well, I see the Democrat Party doing just that. So and Mr. Tillman, I applaud you. I don't think that MAGA has a color. I mean, I don't subscribe to a lot of what MAGA does, but I can appreciate your passion for it. I think, you know, the fact that you're so committed to it, and you as well, Dr. Spomenka. But I can appreciate the passion. You know, if you don't have conviction, then who are you? I am a proud libertarian. As a matter of fact, part of the second half of this, I'm going to cry my appeal to the college complexes to stick around. I cut my teeth here when I ran 2.5 years ago for the position I eventually got elected to, police district counselor of the 14th district. This was where I cut my teeth. This is where I had the most brutal audience, and it made me the candidate that became successful come election day. I implore Charlie and Tim and anyone else that has any decision-making process here, keep the college complexes alive. This is where we develop hard-nosed and committed people to run in government. As I mentioned, Libertarian Party, I know Justin Tucker's on the calendar for January 3rd. He might ask me to come up and talk a little bit more about my platform, which is, as all libertarians, I want to reduce taxes and I want to instill individual liberty amongst every constituent that I touch, and even the ones that I have no purview over. I want everybody to exercise liberty with low taxes. If we do keep the college complexes open, I'd be more than happy to come in and be the shooting gallery for everybody in the audience at a future date as well. So please, Charlie, consider it.
Okay, we'll do.
All right, you have any other, okay. I think what we're gonna do now is go into our rebuttal period, which means any member of the audience can go up. You'll get the last word on the speech, so we're gonna go maybe about, I'll give everybody about 5 to 6 minutes for rebuttals. I'm gonna do the first one.
Was a rebuttal.
Huh? Well, I don't know who else is gonna do, but I'm gonna go first.
You got a hot show today, though.
Well, I'm glad I got a hot show today because I've been wanting to speak on some of this stuff for a while.
We're all thinking
All right,
about the same way.
now, for you guys who are Trump-based people, I don't get it. I'm sorry, I just don't get it. The man is corrupt. He's a grifter. He's been grifting all his life. He's been bankrupted a lot of the institutions. His tariffs that he's put on other countries around the world are insane. The thing is, during the early aughts of the century, which means the early teens, we had a rigorous free trade agenda. And around the world, the worldwide poverty rate went way down from the 1990s to less than maybe 1/5 of the population. And we also had the equivalent of 3 United States come online in the economy through China and India. I'm for free trade. I'm for capitalism, but I'm also for, a sense of morals. The thing is, if you look at Joe Biden and Donald Trump, Donald Trump delivered, just give me a second here. The leadership style between the two presidents was very different. Biden's leadership emphasis was stability, democracy, economic rebuilding, and global cooperation, which distinguishes from Trump's more chaotic and divisive approach. Trump frequently attacked the press, courts, and federal institutions, and he refused to accept the results of the 2020 election. He had something like 56 lawsuits against him, and every one was thrown out by a federal judge. And then he had the audacity to have the January 6th people attack our Capitol, and because of his repeated claims of election fraud. In his first term, he had high staff turnover and constant internal conflict. Under Biden, he publicly affirms democratic norms and election integrity. Look at this with the peaceful transition of power we had from Biden back to Trump. He had lower staff chaos and traditional cabinet governance. He emphasized unity and institutional stability. The key point was Biden prioritized democratic stability and rule of law. Trump repeatedly undermined public trust in elections and institutions. Under Trump, we had the 2017 tax cuts, which heavily benefited corporations and the wealthy and got rid of a lot of the safety nets for the underprivileged. Federal deficit expanded radically even before COVID. The pandemic recession did cause massive job losses, and there was limited worker protections under him. Under Biden, we had the American Rescue Plan, which stabilized the economy under COVID. We also got the infrastructure law, which improved our roads, bridges, water, broadband, and brought more jobs. The CHIPS Act is bringing back U.S. semiconductor manufacturing, and of course the Inflation Reduction Act, which lowered drug costs and it made a clean energy sinks. Job growth reached record highs. The key point in all this was Biden focused on long-term rebuilding and working-class investment, while Trump emphasized tax cuts for the wealthy with limited middle-class benefits. Under health care and public welfare, Trump repeatedly tried to repeal the Affordable Care Act. He would have removed protections for pre-existing conditions, and his pandemic messaging was inconsistent. And he downplayed early COVID risks. Under Biden, we had an expanded Affordable Care Act subsidies, which helped a lot to keep healthcare more accessible to the American people. He had a record low uninsurance rate, and he also had a national vaccination campaign. Medicare was finally, for the first time, allowed to negotiate drug prices, and insulin cost was capped for seniors. The key point here was Biden expanded health coverage and reduced drug costs, while Trump attempted to dismantle existing institutions. On foreign policy and global leadership, Trump withdrew from the Paris Climate Accord. He withdrew from the nuclear deal. He strained relations with NATO allies, and he praised authoritarian leaders. Under Biden, he rejoined the Paris Climate Accord. He rebuilt NATO allies, and he led international support for Ukraine because of Russia's vicious attack on it. He reasserted U.S. diplomatic leadership and strengthened ties with Europe and Asia. Biden restored U.S. credibility abroad after Trump's isolationist and unpredictable climate foreign policy. Trump rolled back environmental protections. He promoted fossil fuels. He calls climate change a scam. He weakened EPA enforcement, and he denied or minimized climate change. Biden had the largest investment in U.S. history, clean energy tax credits, an electric vehicle manufacturing expansion, and he rebuilt science-based policymaking. Biden treats climate change as a national security and economic issue. Trump rejected most climate science. Trump has consistently had personal attacks and an inflammatory rhetoric. He governs through conflict. He deepens political division. Biden emphasizes calm, stability, and compromise, less public chaos, focus on healing of national divisions. Trump's leadership style also thrives on confrontation and polarization. Biden's presidency emphasizes a democratic stability, economic rebuilding, healthcare expansion, global cooperation, and climate action. Trump has disruption, institutional conflict, corporate tax cuts, isolationism. The final takeaway to all this is Biden represents steady governments and restoration, while Trump also represents disruption and division. Personally, I think Trump is a crook. He never should have gotten reelected twice. He scammed us once his first term. He scammed us twice his second term. And with the amount of people incompetent that he's got in office now, like Kristi Noem, like Pete Hegseth, like the commissioner of our Treasury, they don't know what they're talking about. I'm sorry, but I think we could do much better with people going up here. Even me, I could run for Congress, but I know what it's. I just don't think it would be I don't know if I would be ready to do so. I'm sorry, I just don't know. But the thing is I honestly think that if you're a Republican, and I heard a lot of good stuff tonight from you guys, and I'm not saying you're not thinking, but consider the records. I know Biden had his issues with, getting old and being out of office. But if you look at Trump now, he's doing the same thing. It might be time to get somebody younger in the presidency and get somebody who's in there. And frankly, I don't think we would fare much better under our current vice president. Now, why am I so passionate about this? Because I want stability in our country. I want a lot of what Biden was giving us, some stability, some respect for our institutions, particularly in the national, I want to say the National Health Service. I mean the NI, and I'm thinking Britain here now real quick. Thanks a lot, Kelvin. Particularly in the CDC, the Centers for Disease Control, science-based things. The thing they just did with rejecting childhood vaccinations for hepatitis. I think it's hepatitis they're talking about, but they're going against 40 years of science. And some of the other recommendations, hepatitis is now coming back. Some of the diseases we thought long under control are coming back. And it is still lunacy. Okay, I'm done. Who else goes next with a rebuttal?
Can I rebut you?
If you want to come up here, let him go, and then you go after him.
Rebut you.
We don't have that many.
Yeah, go right ahead.
All right.
Now.
You're next.
Okay, I'll get you, Charlie. I'll get you, Jake and Charlie, in a little bit.
So, I like a few things Trump does. But there's an old saying, where there's smoke, there's fire.
You can leave out stuff. You left the first time I was here. You can't take it.
Go ahead, Bill.
I'll be looking back.
Go ahead.
You got the first time.
One fool at a time. All right. So, like I was saying, I like a few things about Trump, but I generally hate Republicans and hate Democrats equally. So, there's an old saying, where there's smoke, there's fire. And boy, this guy, Trump, I mean, he could be a felon. He could be a pedophile. He could be a crook. He could be a thief. He could be using the office for his own personal profit. What else is there? I even think there's a possibility that his two closest friends he murdered or had a hit put on him. His closest people were his wife. Who knows her name? Ivanka, correct. And his other best friend was Jeff Epstein, both murdered mysteriously. A guy with Trump's money and threats could have hits put on both those very easily. Anyway, so I think the problem is we've had some really bad presidents. I hate to say it, but I think the last decent president we had was Bill Clinton. I know he's chased the ladies around. I appreciate that. But he was smart. He got into the right wars. He didn't put us in debt. And he wasn't really that much of a criminal, although they tried to make him out to be all the time, him and Hillary. So unfortunately, we just had a Bush. We had a Obama stupidly gave trillions of dollars to the super rich, bailed them out during that fake scam crash. By the way, get ready for you ever heard of AI? Who's heard of AI? That's your next .com 2.0. Who remembers the .com crash? AI is your second .com crash. Anyway, so Genocide Joe, he pretty much sucked. He did a couple nice things. We got a good Amtrak system, but he was stupid. He got snookered by Israel to fight his creepy Israel's war. We murdered 100,000 people, 25,000 kids with American bombs and bullets. I don't like my tax dollars going to murder kids. So Genocide Joe really blew it. He was asleep at the wheel and he got snookered by Yahoo. Now beware, Israel will give all of your positions, senators, U.S. senator. He'll give you $1 million, Israel. You get $1 million. You get $1 million. Nobody else. Anyway, you'll get that money from Israel every year.
Would you represent Israel right now? You get the checks out? That's what you try to do? You collect for Israel right now?
Israel gives $1 million.
Are you collecting souls for Israel right now? Is that what you're doing?
What's that?
Are you collecting souls for Israel right now? Is that what you're doing?
I think it's a disgrace that we support them. I didn't really care one way or another, but they've always been a bully, and they got superior military, and they took advantage of these poor, poverty-stricken people in Palestine, stole all their land, and murdered 25,000 of their kids because of America, because of $1 million checks being written out to the filthy 500, which you guys want to be part of the filthy 500. Corruption. Huh? Somebody's got to be corrupt. Well, I'll tell you one thing. America was a lot better pre-2000, pre-9/11. It was corrupt. It was crooked, but America has been getting more and more crooked and corrupt. And Trump, I agree with a few things he does, but he just seems like a crook and a criminal. If he quacks like a duck, walks like a duck, talks like a duck. You know what I mean, right?
Right.
You shoot him. But anyway, good luck to the future 500, filthy 500.
Candidates.
Don't forget that your $1 million check on
Make
day
a change, because that's what we're doing. We're
Okay,
making a change in the new era.
and find the dirt on your opponents,
I'll let you go.
especially
We'll
Quigley.
get you up there for a rebuttal, don't worry.
Find dirt on Quigley. You got to find dirt on your candidates. I'm sorry, it's New America.
It is.
Trump
No.
trash.
Finding dirty, no.
Well, it's hyper now.
For 200 years.
But you got to find dirt on your opponents. And good luck. And yeah, change America. Make America not corrupt again, or less corrupt.
Hey, don't forget that check.
Okay, go ahead, sir.
Testing,
That's-
All right. Okay.
It'll become Skynet. It's our next.
Go ahead.
My name is Dr. Jimmy Lee Tillman, and I'm a historian, not a psychiatrist or a physical therapist. I am mega. Let me give you right here. Kareem, whatever her name, June Pierre, great pick. We got what was that? A Supreme Court justice, great pick. That was Joe Biden. Everyone knows what they got in Joe Biden, and to hear that is very, very entertaining. I'm not going to say nothing but entertaining. This is why I stand here as an oxymoron, a black Trump supporter. Right now, that killed all y'all racist mentality or thought out y'all head right there. So if anyone y'all here, that killed it right there. So that's out the boat. So you can't say he's a racist. Let's talk about tax cuts. When Trump was in here with your tax cuts and your payroll tax cuts was cut, how much money did the average citizen take home in their pocket with the tax cuts? We don't want to talk about the money that you had in your pockets with the tax cuts. My bad. Maybe tax cuts for citizens ain't that good. But hey, what if you're a small corporation? I got a barbershop. I'm a little business. Oh, I don't count neither. I can't get a tax break. Oh my God, what? Only big corporations are corporations? No, you got to know what a corporation is here in America, and people benefit from tax breaks for real. So we cannot average that on all these big companies, because small companies need breaks also. So in a rising tide boats, it's all mentality, like Obama said. Those tax cuts trickle down to very small. Harold's Fried Chicken got a tax break. They needed that. They need to hire some more people. So we got to look at the small man when we talk about corporate tax breaks. We blind people when we want to say here in America, it's bad to prosper. We want to say here in America, it's okay to bow down to China because they give cheap property and want to rape us with their tariffs. It's okay. That's what we're saying here. We're saying it's okay to surrender. We got it. It's no secret that we begin robbed. It's no secret who's been robbing us. So if we want to stop the robbery, you got to stop the bleeding. So if we're sitting here saying, let's not tax those who've been taxing us, that must mean we're not working for us. We're working for them. We got to be very, very careful of what we're saying here today. What we're saying here is that we don't care about this country because who is the man in charge? Has the hatred level got that far in your mind? We have not been in no wars in the first administration. We got out of wars in the first administration. We are the president of peace. We hit the Afghan travesty. Oh, we got hepatitis outbreak. Why? Because we got people covering the borders. We're not giving them shots. Oh my God. Can you put two and two together? Border closed. Oh, the great replacement theory. Is that racist? No. Because we let a man put in the black community, have the blacks take their jobs and give all of them the money. It's the great replacement theory. And we see it. You want to know why? We see it. We see people coming in with no name, No ID, getting benefits. You can tell my people we can't do nothing for you and ride with Biden. Are you crazy? You got to know why. See, only a crazy man, a madman would think that black people will take immigrants coming over here, taking their jobs and doing that and not leave the party. Only a crazy man would think that he was crazy. And that's why the blacks left the party, ain't leaving the party, because he was crazy in thinking that.
I still think you've been buffaloed, my friend.
Well, the Buffalo Soldier is here. Let me tell you that right now. The Buffalo Soldier is here. And so you got to look at how your pockets were handled, how your economy was looking, what your economy was. And that's not no smoke screen. You got to look at what moves the world. Jobs. In Detroit, they love the president. Why? Because it's American first, American made. They can get their jobs. Down south, we got all the immigrants moved out. And since we want to be the Biden that's raised the minimum wage, oh, black unemployment went up. The taxes went up because we got those jobs. You see, our employment goes up when immigration goes down because they steal our jobs. Who's fighting immigration? Trump. You want to see the problem? See, you're missing the problem. You see, it's not a diss. This, if you take your energy and hear your rhetoric, you'll see why you're not getting the White House back. You can't see the change. You missed the paradigm shift. You see, and the leaking is leaking and leaking. You never heard Chicago scream Republican like this in your life. You never heard it. The leaking and leaking and leaking.
Because everybody's ready for change. That's why.
That's because America has no color. In the American first policy, American came up. You see, so right there, it's obvious. And right now, like I said, Illinois is the battleground. Chicago is the front line. And there's nothing we can do about it. We're the home of Obama. We changed the world. Home of Harold Washington. We changed the world. Home of Dr. Jim Lee Tillman. We about to change the world. Are you crazy? So this is what it's all about right now. And look at me. Look at this black man right here. Special advisor for the president. Went to Detroit. Went to Michigan. Flipped Michigan. Changed the blue wall. You see, holding the blue wall right now. Me holding the blue wall. About to make Illinois the swing state. Watch. You see, your mindset alone. Sleep at the wheel. That's how come we coming so hard on the grounds here in Illinois. Like Hannibal with elephants stomping so hard. Rome didn't see it coming. You see, they didn't see it coming. It's coming so hard because of the arrogance that you display. Not you, but I'm saying that is a mindset of the whole party itself. You're looking at yesterday, and your anger and your hatred is blinding you. This is a country under attack economically. They get their foot on our throats, and it's time to get the foot off of our necks. Either you want to be choking or you want to breathe. There's no other question. Dr. Jim Lee
Okay,
Tillman.
Jake, we're going to let you go next for a rebuttal, and then Charlie. Jake, go ahead. You lift your hand up. You got 4 minutes, Jake. Jake, going once. Jake, you got your hand up. Do you want to go or rebut? Go ahead.
Okay. Hi. Okay. I wanted to say thank you for your talk. What was I going to say here? Let me think for a minute. First of all, I'm not going to get into the Israel issue. Oh, you were talking. Someone mentioned the issue of autism. Yeah. We should not put autistic children into mental institutions because they're not mentally ill. They're autistic. There's two different things. They need to go into a program for children who are autistic in order to learn how to communicate with people and how to handle themselves in the world and things like that. Autism is usually something that the person is born with. It's a kind of birth defect. If you ever seen the movie, what's it called? The movie The Rain Man with Dustin Hoffman. He's an autistic person, and that's how they function. Anyway, what was the other issue that I wanted to talk about? What am I thinking for a minute?
$1 million kickback, Israel.
Yeah, I don't even remember.
You would? You tell y'all yourself.
What? Say again, what?
Yeah, just keep going.
I'm trying to think what the other issue was that was addressed.
It's a shit show.
Oh, the other thing I was going to say, I'm adamantly opposed to term limits, except maybe for the presidency. I think it's good that we have a two-term limit for the presidency. Otherwise, we won't have a president; we'd have a king. But I'm opposed to term limits on any other parties. My feeling is that if someone's doing a good job, people should be able to, the person should be able to run as long as he can, and people in the district or in the state should be able to vote for that person for as many times as they want to. Conversely, if someone's doing a bad job, it shouldn't take term limits to get them voted out of office. Lastly, on the issue of Israel, the speaker before said incorrectly that the Israeli government hands people running for office millions of dollars. That's totally there's no evidence of that at all. There are pro-Israel groups like AIPAC and like the Support Our Heritage Political Action Committee and others, which give a lot of money to candidates who are running for office, but it's not the Israeli government. Okay, that's all I have to say.
All right, Charlie, go ahead.
All right. First of all, I'd like to thank our various speakers for their presentations and also for your exercise, your good citizenship in securing the number of signatures necessary to get on the ballot. It's very onerous in the state of Illinois, even for an established party such as the Republicans. And I applaud you for your civic actions in this regard. I will cover 4 things. I'll be brief, actually 5. Number 1, Mr. Tillman, the Republican Party, when they gained control of the Congress, passed the tax cut. It was referred to. What the Republican Party did was make a temporary tax cut for the middle and lower classes, and the permanent tax cut was for the wealthy, the upper 10%. And that is not the type of, yes, you want to eliminate taxation. That is the worst demonstration of how it should be done. We need a progressive income tax to remove the stratification in this country right now. That's the direction it should have had. Number 2, by the way, I just wanted to say the Republican Party was doing all right in the 50s and 60s, but then it began drafting, and beginning with Reagan, and it's gone in the right direction. And if I may give advice to Republicans, I'd say you guys got to steer it a little bit away here. The Trumpism is over, and I don't believe this the popularity is gone, and I wouldn't hitch myself to it that assiduously, but that is your choice as candidates, if you so choose so, and you think it merits it. Now, the 4 things I'd like to talk are, I represented federal employees, the union of the Federal Nation. I was a national officer. Trump abolished our unions in certain agencies altogether. And as a matter of fact, they threw us out of offices even, in little offices here and there. He claimed there was a national emergency. We passed the law in 1978, establishing union organized labor in the federal government. And he claimed there was a national emergency. And on that basis, he could abolish the union. I ask each of you, ladies and gentlemen, what national emergency is there? It's presently in the courts, and it doesn't look like he will prevail. Another thing he was doing with federal employees is that he had a committee of 3 he would send in to various agencies. Employees were called in and they had 15 minutes to justify having a job or not. At the end of the 15 minutes, the committee of 3 of his appointees would vote yay or nay. And if they voted no, that department was shut down and closed, and those people were put out of work. That's the type of civil service administration we're talking about. I'm sorry, I can't consider it. The other thing is number 2. I've heard some talk here about health care. Now, after the Republican Party got control of the Congress, the second term of Obama, and subsequent to that, they voted assiduously over and over to abolish any remnant, any aspect of ACA, the Affordable Care Act. Now, granted, there were some flaws in that legislation, but they abolished it altogether. And to my knowledge, they replaced it with absolutely nothing. The United States does not have a nationwide health care policy now. They were talking there about seniors and so forth. Well, there is no national health care policy thanks to the Republican Party. Number 3, I heard talk about children. The Republican Party just last week voted to eliminate 1/2 of the people receiving food stamps or SNAP, the food supplements. Within the next few years, the number of people eligible to get food are cut in half. Also, there was talk here about this Thanksgiving. It was not a happy Thanksgiving for many people because of the outrageous food prices, increase in food prices, of which nothing is being done apparently. And last of all, shame on the Republican Party for having engaged anywhere, perhaps not in Illinois, in voter suppression. That is anti-American, anti-civic, and I hopefully, if in whatever capacity you do serve in government, that you renounce any activity in that regard. If the basic element of citizenship is the right to vote, and that should not be tampered with. Anyhow, good luck. Thank you for coming to the college, and good luck in each of your campaigns. You got my vote. Thank you.
All right, sir. 4 minutes.
All right, 4 minutes. I'm going to try to make this under 4 minutes. So first and foremost, I want to address Dr. Tillman and I'm sorry, I just put
Spomenka.
Dr. Spomenka. I'm sorry. You called yourself a black Republican and you called yourself a Yugoslavian Republican. No, you're American Republican.
Say Yugoslavian. I say American.
You're American.
Take that.
I'm with you.
No.
I'm with you.
Okay, so I just wanted to address that right off the head. It'd be just as ridiculous as for me to stand here and say I'm a Canadian libertarian.
No.
I'm an American.
Matter of fact, sounds good to me.
Thank you. So couple of items real quick, and I'm not picking on you, Charlie.
Chris,
Give me 1 second. Let me finish what I've got going on here.
Let him finish.
All right. So I implored with Charlie to keep the college complexes alive. That's half of the battle. The other half is attendance. We need to make certain that we show up and we fill these seats as often as possible to give him, no offense, Charlie, no excuse to not continue this going forward. So I'm imploring with everybody to get involved with this. A couple things, Charlie, you mentioned about the public service unions. I think that I, as a libertarian and as an American citizen, think that public service unions should not exist. If you want to make a co-op, that's perfectly fine. That all the unions do is sit there and triple the price of goods and services. Also, the Affordable Care Act and the food stamp issue that you brought up, I will say that where is it written in the Constitution that is a function of government to provide those services? I can help you out here. You don't need to pull up the Constitution. It's not in there. It is not a government function to provide services such as individual services for healthcare or for food assistance. I understand it's compassion, and I think that it's a altruistic thing to sit there and try to take care of one another. However, forced altruism is taxation, and that is not proper.
Let him start.
Not charity. If I want to give to charity, that's perfectly fine. If I say, hey, I'll vote for, I'll give $20 to make certain people don't starve, but I'm not going to force you.
Okay, if people starve, it's okay. You let people starve.
Starve and die in the street.
Hey, well, if
Yeah.
they don't have all such high taxes, they can probably afford the food themselves without the assistance.
You promote the general welfare.
Okay, I'll divert back to where is it in the Constitution that that's a government service?
So,
All right, let him finish, Charlie, please.
That just about wraps it up for me. Thank you
Virtually
very
none
much.
of the
Thank you,
laws,
Charlie.
none of the laws are in the Constitution, man.
Canadian Libertarian, go.
2,000 laws.
Trump found the
There's 2,000 laws. They're not in the Constitution.
Okay, get rid of them.
All right.
If you're
Oh.
going to be a libertarian.
300 years ago.
Okay, anybody else have a chance, wants to rebut real quick? All right, let's go up there. Let's get your final closing remarks. If any of our other two political candidates want to make a closing remark after her, she's all set.
Thank you, everyone, for coming tonight. Thank you, Charlie. Thanks for invitation. Thanks, everyone. What to say? I wish you Merry Christmas, Happy New Year,
And good health.
good health, great holiday. God bless America. I love all of you. I send you love, happiness, and peace. Thank you.
Okay,
All right.
closing remarks.
Okay. Excellent. Put that back. I thank everybody for showing up tonight, and we have a nice thing because we have both sides of the plate, and for us to learn and for us to be wiser and better after what we're doing, we have to listen to both sides of the plate. And we get wisdom from you and you and you and you, and our wisdom is what makes us great. And if we don't listen, they sort of say we become stupito. And what I like to show people many times is this right here. And when people walk around like this, we have a problem in this world. But when they do this, then we have something going on. We learn. We learn. We open up and we learn. And to learn is the power. That's our power, to be educated and learn and gather a conglomeration of good minds. And then we have something. We have something going for ourselves then. So let's do the Ways and Means Committee or any committees that we can have and vote it in, and we'll make a change. That's it.
Okay, you want to make some final remarks? Go ahead.
Last one, I appreciate it. Charlie, thank you for giving me the fire in my belly.
Yes, buddy.
Boy, did you get, I did not expect this. I came to support a friend. Again, this is my second time coming here.
We got a friendly crowd tonight.
Well, I love it, but let me remind everybody, because like the gentleman said before me, we all here seeing both sides. Like my Canadian libertarian said, we're not a black American, white American, we're all Americans. So I like to say this, we are one gang, and our gang is that of Americans. We have one law, one code, it's the Constitution, and our colors are red, white, and blue.
Good
And if
group.
we maintain that and work together as a country, no other country can divide us. They're working hard to separate us, the beef within, divide us with color, divide us with political affiliation, even divide us with religious affiliation. Remember, we are one country, red, white, blue, Constitution, one language is English. So when we stick together as a country, there's nothing they can do. And this is the greatest country in the world. And let's keep it that way. JimmyLeaderDC.com. Thank you very kindly.
Good.
Half of our crew didn't show up.
Well, the point of the matter is, if there is, Republicans like you, I could change some of my views over, but I also appreciate the fact that you came tonight. I know you had some hostile people talking about, But I do appreciate all of you coming. Next week, we have another festivity at the College of Complexes. Remember, you can join us on Zoom, or you can look at our video archive and see past colleges up to about the year 2010. I'm still way behind in getting these done, but
I'm on there.
they'll be in there. And I wish all of you guys a good night, and the college tonight is adjourned.
This is very lovely. I appreciate it, my man. Thank you very much.
Well, good luck.
Let me get a picture, my friend.
Good luck with your campaigns.
Thank you.